We talk about your vindication here.
Yeah, go to your I am very, very happy to go to your next topic.
Amazon is apparently closing, or not closing, but r- drastically reducing the amount of spend in its Alexa division. So it's no secret that Amazon's been looking for ways to cut costs. They announced a big layoff. I think they're aiming to cut 10,000 jobs. And last week it was mentioned that they began the corporate layoffs primarily in the Alexa and Luna cloud gaming divisions.
Shut down the Luna cloud. Shut down the cloud gaming thing already. I mean, what even? Come on. What are they even trying to do? Sorry, continue.
The Alexa division is apparently on pace to lose $10 billion this year, which is an astounding. How is that not the? I mean, I guess it is. Why is the division still around, like at all? And I would have thought, and last time, and you were right, you said Alexa's total waste of money, total waste of spending. And my thesis was that it makes purchasing easier, that they can easily measure the increase in spending from Alexa device holders versus non-Alexa device holders. But in some transcript with one of those expert transcript calls, they said apparently simplifying the purchase process is a relatively niche case for the Alexa device. So my thesis was wrong. The biggest use cases for Alexa are playing music, setting timers, and hearing the news.
That makes sense. Yeah. Can't make
And
money on that though.
yeah, for the playing music part, they're compatible with Spotify and Apple, so it's not necessarily pushing Amazon Music subs. And my thought would have been they could have literally said, in order for Alexa to play music, you have to have Amazon Music. And I think people would have subscribed to both Spotify and Amazon Music and just treated it like a speaker. And they could have done better, but that's not what they did. Kudos to them, I guess, in some ways, but I think it was the wrong decision. So where I don't see where this generates revenue, and they I can't believe this division is still around.
Yeah, or this size. Yeah, because I think the thesis, like, it's a fair thesis to have that sort of, the voice technology could be the next big thing back in 2016, 2017. But we've played it out enough where it's not there. We've seen Apple, Google, who else is there? Even some smaller companies kind of give up on being overly ambitious with voice technology. And they kind of, just right-sized it. They probably realized that no one uses Siri or the Google Assistant for anything that can make any money. And it's nice to have, but
I mean, Alexa was
yeah.
probably the best at it, and they're losing $10 billion a year. I'm just imagining how much the rest of the companies. Hopefully, they're doing it at a smaller scale, but
Yeah, it's really, I think, an interesting case study. And looking at Meta, I wonder if people are being too optimistic. Well, here's what's interesting. Amazon always hid this stuff. Meta, with their metaverse investments, are putting it out in the public. So I wonder if the company will have a shorter leash, Meta, to waste $10 billion a year versus Amazon, which has done it for what, 6-7 years. It's just going to be interesting to see if the history will repeat with the metaverse stuff. And yeah, maybe Meta will find some stuff that can be profitable, but all indications are right now that it's a similar science project to Alexa.
apparently Prime was losing money too.
Well, that's not. I think it was Prime Video, and I think that's just classification. I'd say that it's a loss leader for you locking the customers.
Sure. What are the profitable divisions? Are the only things left that are profitable at Amazon AWS and advertising?
I mean, I think looking at core e-commerce compared to, and I don't have the numbers in front of me, looking at core e-commerce compared to these loss numbers that are coming out with Alexa and some of the other divisions, I think core e-commerce is profitable. And yes, advertising has got to be profitable, and AWS is profitable. One thing that I think people should note with Amazon though is that free cash flow is in the next couple of years might be a little lagging, excuse me, because AWS is a lot of upfront spend, and a lot of CapEx versus, kind of annuities down the line for all their customers. So the more they invest into that, which they said more and more of their CapEx every year is going into servers and all the good stuff over at AWS. I think that division is so profitable from an operating income perspective that you look at the cash flow. If they right size and they start generating a decent amount of free cash flow over the next year or two, there could be a big inflection to where this thing is generating over $50 billion a year in free cash flow if they execute this right. And what's also interesting is that this is coming at a time when Andy Jassy has been around for about a year or so, and he's getting blamed for a lot of this. When he set up Amazon with a culture of, or excuse me, he set up AWS basically on his own. He ran that very, very autonomously. He set that up with a culture of profitability and profitable growth. And it seemed, it'd be interesting to see if he can get that culture across the rest of Amazon.
When did Bezos leave again? Was that 2020?
2021 was the official leave. Yeah.
Was he like the top?
Sort of, I think. Pretty close. Although I think all the big tech stocks peaked in late 2021 because that's when SP peaked.
I wonder if he has any influence on whether or not Alexa's still around.
He did love it, but he also loved Fire Phone. And this is not from all indications, this isn't a Zuckerberg. This is a hedge fund manager that is really, really good at optimizing things. So,
yeah, I suppose that's true. All right. Should we talk about my last topic here? Then we can riff. Not really a whole lot to talk about here, but Netflix is apparently diving deeper into games. So I saw a tweet today from Jerry Capital, which is well worth the follow if you're on Twitter. Go check him out. He said, video gaming ambitions may be taking us. This is a quote from, I believe, the Netflix. I don't know where he didn't source the quote. Video gaming ambitions may be taking a step up as the company's Los Angeles games office is looking to hire a skilled director to build a brand new AAA PC game. And that was in reference to the new Netflix LA gaming studio.
yeah, it's interesting. I wonder how they're going to monetize it because, again, I think I've said this multiple times, but if it's just going to be under the bundle of the subscription, you better hope that a lot of your subscribers like video games.
Yeah. Apparently, I missed it too. They acquired a Seattle-based game developer called Cozy Games at the end of October. So
they've acquired
six
a lot of
in-house studios now.
Yeah, they've acquired a lot of small studios. I think that's probably smart, but again, I wonder I really will be interested in the monetization strategy because I think you just come up between a rock and a hard place where no one over the age, well, no one right now goes to Netflix to play games. And I think there's going to be there's some people that play. Okay, the vast majority right now, and that's fine because they just started getting into this thing, but it's going to take a ton of effort to convince people over the age of 40, 35 to go and log into Netflix to play games. And I just don't know how unless the majority of your customers are engaging with these things, I just don't know how you get the ROI from price increases on your subscriptions unless you do separate tiers where one tier is video content only and one tier is gaming and it's an extra $5 a month or something.